Good evening. All. This is our page. We were working yesterday. This is our page. So now, today, before developing this carousel component, we will develop our client's component. Okay, our client's component I will be going to develop today. That is, our clients means each client is having a logo which is relevant or specific to the client. So these clients are dynamical. In the sense, today around 10 clients are there. Tomorrow three more clients may be coming. So if it is a CQ page, so you'll be able to author it, right? So you'll be able to add 3 more clients to the page. That's how today we will see how to develop this component and how to add clients dynamically. Today around 10 clients are there. Tomorrow, for example, we will be getting Verizon. Verizon logo will come, will sit here. So there should be authorable. For that, we need to make this static HTML as a component. Before that, go to our HTML template, find out the static part, static HTML code part inside index.html. This is index.html. Search for our client's text. This is our clients. Find out our client's text. Yes, this is our clients. So our client's component is starting from here and ending here. So we have to make this as a dynamic, means authorable, authorable part. Now create a component, that is content component. I will be naming as that component our clients. Just hold on, I'll be back in 1 minute. sorry, our clients. Description is our client's component. Super type is nothing. Group is purpose. And children, some parents are nothing. I created the component and default JSP page, that is our clients.jsp. Removing unnecessary code. Okay. And under this, copy your static text to the component. This is even comment also I am copying. Paste it. In this part, in the static part, this we will be making as a dynamic, this div section. Basically this div section only is a dynamic. So if you want to add extra client, you have to make extra div, right? This how you should make extra div. So we will make this as a dynamic part, this div part. So for this we will make as a loop. Okay. So I will be creating dialog. Now right click, create dialog. Dialog title I will be giving as our clients. In the tab, right click, create a container, that is widget collection, that is of type widget collection. Name must be CQ items and type must be CQ column widget collection. I added inside a container, add your image paths. So which things we need to make as a dynamic here? Images, right? But here it's not a one image, we have multiple images. So how many image paths we need to create here? Any guess? Or else I'll make a question to particular one. How many image? For example, I am creating a dialog. My question is just again I am making a question. Listen to the guys. One for each. Okay, good. Then today 10 are there. Tomorrow 11th one will come. Will you go to dialog and again will you add one more image path field? Will you? Will you modify the dialog again? Will you modify the dialog again? Client is getting extra client in the sense, will you modify the dialog? It's a foolish, right? Coming back to the modifying and dialog. Rather than changing the dialog, come back to the static HTML and add one more div here. It is easy than changing the dialog, right? We need to make the dialog as a dynamic. Okay, let's see how I will make. In CQ, we have one X type. Multi-field in CQ. Multi-field X type. This is a widget which provides you a flexibility to add multiple X types. Okay, this is the X type. This is the CQ widget API, guys, for your reference. Already long back I pinged this URL. Again I am pinging. This is where you get multi-field X type. Now I am going to use this multi-field X type. Just see how I will be using. Right click, create a node, client, image paths. That is CQ column widget. I created it. What the multi-field will do? Here, multi-field is a X type which provides a flexibility to make any field, any text field or text area field or path field. It makes multiple and it repeats multiple times and it assigns to the dialog. You can make more than one field of a type, any X type, more than one field. You can add. Let me show you. Practically, we will see. I have added one node, that is client image paths, and name I will be giving as name is dot slash. Sorry. This only we will give this node name as a name property, where the image paths should be stored, and field label. Field label is client images paths. Okay, client images paths. And next, X type. Sorry, X type property. What is the X type? Multi-field. Save it. Okay. Now open your dialog. Check how the dialog visibility is. So you are able to add more than one field dynamically, right? If tomorrow one more client is coming, so add it. Add it. That's all. But here by default it is coming as a text field. But what we need a path field. Okay. We need a path field. So create one more node. Very important. Node name must be field config. I am configuring the node. I am configuring the X type which I need. What I need? X type I need as a path field. Path field. Okay. Now refresh your dialog. Add item. You're getting path field or not? How many fields you want? N number. You can keep adding. You getting it? Hope you understood. The dialog development is crucial with multi-field. Okay? With multi-field dialog development is really crucial. Now we developed our dialog. And where our dialog data, all the image paths are sitting under this client image paths. Till the previous examples of dialog development, it was only one property, like a title. Title takes a single title, but here client image paths will take what? More than one image path. Let me show you here example. Till yesterday's example, we've seen single value properties, right? For example, we have seen like properties.title. But here, what is this? This will hold multiple values like // sample1 jpj, comma, and one more image path slash slash sample2.jpg. But how to read this multi-valued property? We'll see now. We'll develop a code. Hope you understood this scenario. Okay. Till yesterday we have seen single valued X types, but today we are going to work with a multi-valued X type. Fine, we have developed a dialog and we have given a provision in the dialog to accept more than one field. Here you can delete as you wish if you don't want. And if you want, you can add item. You can jumble, you can swap also from one item to other item. Okay. Here I added one more projects. If you want to move projects to the up after other, you can move. You can jumble like this. Okay, these arrows represent jumbling, means shuffling. So I will have to make this as a dynamic. This divs, this all div section is dynamic. That's what our development. Now let's see. So to make it dynamic, anyway, let me explain you one thing. This client images paths will be definitely a multi-valued property. Means multiple values will be stored under that. So how you read a multi-valued property? For that, in the code itself, first itself, I'm writing a scriptlet code. That is property. That is client image paths equals to, what is our implicit object? Properties dot get of this one. Properties dot get. You got anyway an object, property object. But this property, is it single valued or multi-valued? Obviously it will be a multi-valued. Let me open property object in CQ API. This is your property. Just explore your property, your API. See, first we have to check. Here is one API method. Is multiple. Whether it is multiple or not, we will check it. If condition, if dot, what is the method? Copy it. Is multiple. Okay. If it is multiple, means multi-valued property. If it is containing multi-values, write a condition, that one condition. What the condition we will write? If it is a multi, true, so use this method, get values method. Okay. Create one values object. Values object. value, array of images, image paths. I'm creating multi object. I'm initializing it to null. So if it is a multi, use this equals to get values method. Anyway, it returns array of values. It is not string of values. Be careful. If you get any doubt, ping me instead of observing the screen, okay? But after completion of the component development, you will get to know what we have done. Okay? Else. If it is one value, if you are good in writing Java coding, it will be easy for you, pupil. Yes, you can make it raise. Either you can ping or else you can ask. You are correct, not you are wrong. You are perfect. But if it is a business, most of the times we write small script codes in a JSP. But anyway, I have not introduced you people that writing the Java bundles, right? At the end of development, we will move. I will show you how to move this code into Java bundles. One point I want to make here, OSGI bundles. It is a crucial concept which left. So when I introduce this OSGI bundles, we will move. You are correct. You are not wrong, Grace. Absolutely, you are correct. We won't write Java code here, but we haven't introduced any OSGI bundle, right? We will introduce at the end of the sessions. That time we will move. These are all the things you need to do after the sessions. You have to move all this code to the OSGI bundles. Anyway, I will share this project, the sharing, this training project with you people either today or tomorrow. But why I'm not sharing is if I share it, you won't practice it. You will go through this code. That's the reason I'm not sharing. Mostly at the end of the sessions, I will share entire our training code. Image paths. This get value method, if it is a single valued, this get value method will return only one value object. So it will return one value object. So it will be stored inside of this array. I hope you know creating array object. Okay. So here directly I replaced with the first value with a directly my method. Let's see when we compile it. Let's see if we get any error. We'll keep fix. And also we have not written any import code that importing this value object and property object. We have not imported into JSP, right? We have to import it. So that import code I will import it. This property object path is javax.jcr.property. javax.jcr.property, and value object also we need to value jcr.value. I have imported so that I can use these interface objects inside of my component code. Anyway, we got image paths. From these image paths, we have to get the actual values. Go to the value object, and from the value object, check how to get the string of the value. So getString method is direct method, you have it. Just loop through this array of the values. Now, I will be looping. I'm writing a looping code here for loop. Okay, for loop. Inside of for loop, integer I is equals to 0, I less than image paths dot length I plus plus. This all code you people need to move to OAG bundle when after the introduction and the sample examples done with the OAG. You people are responsible to complete this. I'll give this as your homework. Okay, now image paths, we got it. Now, I will not be explaining the Java code, Java servlets and JSP development. I'm concentrating on CQ. So here image path, you people need to get the image path or else you have to make here dynamic. I am using expression tag. This all assumption is going that you are aware about scriptlets and expression tags and writing the code in JSP. And image paths. Image paths is a value of array. Just get the image paths of I. Means we are looping through each value object and dot get value. Sorry, which method we need to use to get string? GetString method. So hopefully, if everything is cool, then it will replace with the actual image, this image path. Okay, that's what. And you can remove all this extra divs because we made it as a dynamic div section. That's how we develop the code. Will it work? I'm not sure. It will throw few errors because the first time if node does not exist, then what it will throw? It will error, right? This client image path is not existing. So let's see. Let's test our code. If I copy paste the code without explaining, so it may work, but I don't want to do that. Everything I want to do in the class itself. So we have to remove the code purpose homepage. Inside of purpose homepage, remove our client's code and replace it with our dynamic component. Here is the code. So here include, remove this static part and place your dynamic code. That is CQ colon include path is equals to means node path. The current component only should be created. Our client's node and the resource type is equals to your component path. Okay. Now refresh your home page. Test our luck whether it will work or not. So it has thrown error. Resource type is invalid attribute. Spelling may be mistaken. Or yeah, correct. Resource type. Most of the times I do mistakes of this spelling mistakes. Again, one more error. What is that error? Unable to compile class Java error because at line number 8 mismatch objective property. Type mismatch cannot convert from object to property. At which line? Line number 8. Go to our line number 8 component where properties dot get off. Properties dot get is returning what? Properties dot get value map dot get will return. I have developed here one component header. I have developed one component in my project. Let me check. Not returning the array. Let's see. Sorry. Current node dot get property, we used it. Let's say current node, use the current node. It will compile, but anyway it will not work later, not sure. JSP purpose, another record line number JSP. Get property. Get property. Still error. Get values is undefined. How to call this method on this object, right? And get value, where we have to call this get value. It is not individual or independent. How to call this one? If it is Eclipse IDE, we won't get this all compile time errors because we will write on the fly. So Eclipse will throw the errors on the fly. This is what the problem with the AEM component development. If you write inside the JSP file, here there's no compiler, right? It's a normal text file. This kind of issues we will face. That's the reason if you know OSJ bundles, it's easy to complete this component. After 14. Even spelling mistake also will make a lot of problems. Array constants can only be used in initializers 11. 14th, line number 14th. Any guesses? Anyone fast? Make it fast. We have to complete it. Any suggestions are accepted. This image paths. So what is returning? Unable to compile class array and error record at line number 14. The JSP file. can only be used in initializers. Or else create like this. No null pointer exception. Cannot serve request to purpose.html clients.jsp. What is that exception? Oh, long exception it has thrown. Definitely, I'm sure that that exception is what? You will get the errors here in the console. This is what the console here. Okay, guys? You got my point here? Here is one console. CRXT Lite. Go to this console. If it is disabled, enable it and clear the console to get the error reports. Just refresh it. That is the best way to get the error. Copy entire errors. Okay, just hold on. Copy entire errors. Go to Notepad++. Paste it and analyze the here error. This is how we do in real time. Error analysis we make here. The first null pointer exception. Yes, where? Is it specific to us? No, it is not specific, seems. What is our error? Sling exception. Uncaught. Sling exception. Or else wrap entire. Even it's not throwing the error line number even. So okay. This is what our component. Okay. Now edit it. Give the image paths. But not sure whether it works or not. We'll keep fixing logos. Canon Deloitte already there. Some MySQL. And two images we'll add and we'll test whether it's being rendered or not properly. That's enough. Just try it. It has rendered like this. Keep adding your images. And number of images however you want. Just add them to your. Hope you guys got it how to develop. I'm adding same image. Whatever it is, you can select and you can change the image however you want. So I rendered it. 10 clients I added. For example, assume it I added few clients. If you want few, you can keep adding like this. Okay, two more extra client came, added, and one more client came, added, like this. You can add, keep adding. So like this the component will work. Go to preview mode. Is it dynamic or not? Have we made the component as dynamic or not? Okay. Now we'll analyze how the code is working. Just guys have a look sometime on this code, how we developed, what all the concepts we used here, and how we made it as a dynamic. Just analyze this sometime, then you will get to know. After that I'll explain this. Hope you are looking at the code before getting into explanation. Now disable the console. Okay, have a look on the code. Meanwhile, I'll do something. I'll work on some other, which I need to explain to you people. Hope you're able to see the code. Understood the code? Any more questions, you can ping me now only. I'll reply the questions. It's not mandatory. If you feel that it may throw error, so you handle it. Yeah, you can keep asking the questions. Meanwhile, I'll do something. Yes, perfect. If it is null, we can make a null check. I'll explain why I have placed the null check also. Any more questions? Instead of putting everything as a del, we go with other icons as well. Anything else? Guys, let me explain you how we worked with the multi widget component. Yes, come back to our first come to our component. This is our purpose component, content, our clients. I have developed a dialog with a multi-field. There are two types of multi-fields. Let me explain it. First category is multi-field. Second category is custom multi-field. Multi-field is a system behavior component which is provided by the CQ. Second one is custom multi-field. If you are not satisfying with the existing multi-field, we will go with our custom multi-field. We will see why we need to and which scenarios we need to go with a custom multi-field. Why today I have not explained this banner component is we need to work with a custom multi-field. We need a custom multi-field. Before knowing the custom multi-field, you must be aware with a multi-field. That's the reason today I have ended up the component. Today I started the session with this multi-field component. Tomorrow we'll see the banner component with a custom multi-field. Now in this component, see, I created a field where I want to store my image paths as a one widget field, and I added X type as a multi-field. And CQ is asking that configure the field which you want to make or else occur multiple times. So path field must occur multiple times. Field config is a node which provides information to the CQ widget engine that make this path field occur multiple times, isn't it? This dialog, path field, my concern is make the path field to occur multiple times. So configure, under field config, configure which field needs to be occurred multiple times. That's what the component development. In our clients.jsp in components, what we made it first, we were trying to read current node. What is the current node? Here, current node is your component node. This is our client's node. Okay. What is this our client's node? And how CQ knows the node to be created with this name only? How CQ knows? If you have concentrated, just observe it. At the time of inclusion, the path we mentioned as relative path means in the same node, in the same under JCR colon content, create a node, our client's node. A node with a name, our clients. See, our clients, and create the component type is with our client's component. That's the reason it has created. And see, in the dialog whichever you created, with that name only it has created one client images paths property. You suggested the CQ, if you remember, here you have given a name under the current node dot slash create a property with the name client images paths. So CQ created, as you suggested, CQ created as a multi-node because you selected multi-field. Under that, if you double click, CQ is storing images as multiple values which you authored. Correct. Rightly edit. Here the things whichever you author are sitting as a multiple values under client images paths, client image paths. See, all the images are storing here. It is a multi-valued because we are using multi-widget. And in the JSP code, so we need to read this property under the current node. As I said, current node is an implicit object. which is available to you. Current node dot, so this node dot get property of this get property. You got a property object. Check this property object is a single valued or multi-valued. You have a method, flexible method in API. Is multiple. If it is a multiple, from the property object, try to get the multiple values into array of values. So I created null object, I created value object, value of array, or else array of value object, and nullified it. Later on, I am initializing image paths equals to, if it is a multi-valued, assign it to this array. If else, in the sense it's not a multi-valued. So create one empty single valued array and assign that single value client image path dot get value. Assign it to this one. And once you prepare your array, once you prepare this array of images object inside the JSP code, loop through that value objects. See, image paths. See this image paths. What is this image paths? Value of, see, array of value object. So get the length of that array and loop through it. So images of I returns one value object. In value object you have, just hold on, I want to show you, I want to take you through the API. Yes, very slow. In this value object, if you observe, this is the value API. In this value object, you have a method of getString. I used that method here. Value object dot getString. I used expression tag. So in this image src tag, I am replacing dynamically the value which is read from the CQ, which is read from the client image paths. This one. If it is image paths of image paths of 0, the first time, what is the 0th image? This will be MySQL. Is it MySQL or not? Go to preview mode, check it, MySQL. Later on, image of, or else image paths of 1, Dell. Third one is Dell. Likewise, you will get Dell. What is the second one, third one? Is it correct? I think it's not updated value. Refresh it. We changed it something. See, EA. Third value is EA.png. Just refreshed and got the latest one from the repository. EA.png. EA.png. That is EA games. Likewise. So you are looping through and preparing the div section. This SRC is dynamically being prepared through the loop. If you observe, right click, inspect, see, your SRC is dynamically getting from expression, that is JSP expression tag. Okay. That's how we are making the component as dynamic. Today I explained you how to create a multi-widget component and using it. See, that's the reason I picked this project. This project is covering most of the concepts, so and very useful templates. Tomorrow we'll work on this banner with custom multi-widget and this component also. This is easy component you people need to develop. Today's your task is develop this testimonial component and develop this our clients component. Okay, I'll send a mail. Yesterday only Varinder and Grace have replied. Rest of the people have not completed seems. Shafiqul, you replied with something. I'm sorry, I couldn't finish the assignment as I am sick last 2 days, but working on it. We'll give it to you by tomorrow. Okay, Shafiqul. What about the Nicandro? You haven't replied anything. Right, sir? Okay, I'll send anyway. I'll send a mail to Imran. He will take it. And today's task is our client's component you need to work on and testimonial component. Anyway, I have sent you HTML templates. Please complete it and send it to me. Entire project. See guys, please create your project like in this format. Okay. For example, training application, and at the end use, if your name is Grace something or else whichever it is, Grace, add with Grace, because at the time I install in my CRXD, for example Varinder, use like this. Okay, so if you all people send your project name with a my training application, if I try to install in CRXD, what will happen? It will override the others project, right? And my project also will be overridden. I forgot to say, actually I was supposed to say this yesterday only, I forgot it. So 4 people send it with your names, means at the end, so it won't collide with others projects. Okay, so I can install directly, I can open your page and I can test in my local. Okay, all people add your names at the end so that I can differentiate your projects easily in my local. In a fraction of seconds I can open the page in my local server. Okay, please send it by tomorrow. Thank you. Any more questions, any more doubts in today's session is very good actually. If you learn multi-widget concept, it's very good. See how dynamically we have added. We used multi-widget, multi-field widget in CQ. Thank you guys. Any more doubts? Any queries? Today I will not send this project, this training project. After 2 or 3 days I will send, because if I send it now itself, you won't practice it in your local. I know that. Video session is enough for you. So go through the video session. You can work on the concepts. Thank you guys. Thanks a lot. I'll share the video anyway now only. Thank you. Bye.